What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build, Break, and Fix, brought to you by the Rule Coders. Yes, that is us. So I'm pretty sure you have been wondering, as in where is uh, the other role coder, which is Kartik. So he's got a bit of an event going on, so he's gonna be there, and I'm not entirely sure he's gonna make it, but he told me previously that there's a highly chance of him not making it today. So I'm just assuming that he won't be making it. But that we miss him, but it doesn't. We will keep on going. So if you were here with us yes, today as well, that what we did was we were working on a task which was to do with, as in storing unique boards in the database, which we are using as DynamoDB. And we initially thought that, okay, we can store it in a cache when the index when our homepage loads up. But then we came to a conclusion that it will be stateless, as in our express app will be stateless, and we should probably ask why, and that would be because of its serverless, so it's running on Lambda. So that option went out of the window, but we thought about using DynamoDB Cache, which is DAX AWS service. And yeah, that is pretty easy to set up. Apparently, we just researched it yesterday, but we also saw the cost of it, and it was seeming to be relatively expensive for our use. So, saying that being said, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna research, as in is Dex, check what will it cost us if we have our brand new account, which is if it's in the free tier. So yeah, that being said, let's jog on to the action part and do a bit of research on it. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna share my screen and there you go, and I'll go to DAX pricing. Actually, I want to check, is DAX in a free tier? Is there fully managed? It's fully managed, highly available, and in-memory cache for Amazon DynamoDB that delivers up to 10 times performance improvement from milliseconds to microseconds. Every Even add millions of requests per second, just as you only pay for the capacity you provision. Okay, so is there free tier of DynamoDB? 25 GB of free storage. Okay, so yeah, I don't think that DAX will be available in the free tier. Let's check out this one. So it's saying the same information. That is 10 times faster. Heavy lifting to add in-memory acceleration to manage cache and validation data. Now you can focus on okay. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, it doesn't come. I don't think it's in the free tier, but we'll just go and use that one and see how that goes. Right, so let's get started with that. So Get started with X. Alright, no, not that one. DynamoDB DAX. DynamoDB DAX. Okay, how it works. Okay, it's given that one. How it works is, yeah, so it would be, we'll have a cluster in front of DynamoDB where our cache will be stored. Right, cool. Yeah, we can just do that one then. Fry operations. Yeah, cool. So in that case, I need to check how to set up DAX with our requirements. So essentially, what I want to do is I want to, when checking if the board name exists or not in the database, when the user goes on the home page, it will have all the board names will be populated in the cache, and in that way we won't really have to um, send after every board name, as in we won't have to talk to the database again and again. We can just on on the homepage load, we can store all the board names from the database in DynamoDB cache, which is DAX, and just check from there. All right, available inside the VPC, so you on implies that you're running function inside the very same VPC. Ah, right. So VPC will be included in the VPC then. Right, right, right. I see. Duh, 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 duh. DynamoDB fully managed. In-memory cache for DynamoDB in Java using DAX can be completely hidden from the developer, as DAX compliant as Java client implements the same DynamoDB interface as the direct client. Okay, this one provides. No, this is Micronauts. I don't want that. DAX with Express. Yeah, there you go. I needed this one, Node.js and DAX. Okay, to set up Node.js on your EC2 instance as follows. Bash use npm to install. Use npm to install Node.js. Okay, I've got that one already. Then zip file would try DAX. Install DAX Node.js. Okay, so that's the client for Node. Take note of time information. Actually, what if I just store when instead of using DAX, why don't I store all the board names in an array, and then just compare it? So every time it loads up, it will compare the board name that the users typed with an array when the go is pressed. Yeah, I could do that instead, can't I? Hey Tori, what's happening, mate? Good to have you and welcome. Um, so it just me tonight. It was Kartik's turn, but he had some event on, so he won't be able to make it. But yeah, he did tell me that most likely he won't be able to come. So yes, it's just me for today. I'll try my best to uh entertain you guys. You want to know? Heck yeah, man. That'd be fantastic. I'll just send you an invite and you can hop on there. Oh, this is exciting stuff. I like it. Thanks for offering me. That's a really good surprise. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Hey, go. I've just sent you on or on Slack. Okay, so that is all right. Duh, 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 duh. Okay, I've sent you the link on Slack. Look forward to having you there. Hey, Tori, welcome. Hey, you look different.
That's not my handle. How's it going, Zane?
I'm very good, man. How are you doing?
Good. I'm here to help stop you from spending money.
Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. As in, I was just figuring out, as in, how to do that without spending 44 bucks USD, and it's not even Australian ones. USD a lot more. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I forgot that like basically anything on AWS is running on an EC2 instance, right? Like
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so I forgot that DAX is running on like
Yeah,
I for
yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, it's expensive.
Apparently,
Like
that involves the VPCs to run as well.
what's that? Sorry, the
Um,
VPC.
Yeah, so Dax, I was just researching a bit more on that one, and I found out that it's also ran in a VPC. So to run Dax on our app, we would have to include the Lambda in the VPC and then run Dax through the VPC, apparently.
Okay, okay, yeah. I've never done it myself, so I don't know because like it's just something I learned about, but not implemented.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Still,
I know exactly how you feel because yeah, this is my first time as in working with DAX as well, and all my knowledge about DAX is relatively brand new
yeah,
these days. Mm.
pretty much my own knowledge around AWS is all theoretical.
No, that makes sense, mate. That makes sense. But it's because I don't really want to make the architecture that complicated
Yeah,
at this stage because we're really like near the end of the whole MVP. What I was thinking that uh, do you do you remember what are we working on at the moment, or do you want me to go through that again?
um, you mean like right now, like immediately what you're
Yes.
working on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember it. Are you talking about the same topic as yesterday?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. We were talking. You, if and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but you wanted to be able to not make extra trips to the database to retrieve the board name. So that's why you were thinking about bringing in this cache, um, so that you didn't have to do that.
Yes, that is correct. But the main reason to include the cache was, as in, you know how we have in our application that we don't want duplicate board names, as in they all have to be unique. And what I really, as in the end goal, would have been to, as in when the homepage loads up, all the board names are fetched from the database and then they're stored in the cache. And then we can just compare what the user types to that cache. And if that board name is already there, the user won't be allowed to create a board of that name. But
Yep.
if it's not there, then they can easily create the board and it will be inserted in as well.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think using the cache is kind of like over engineering it because I mean,
exactly. Mhm.
because it's expensive too, and
Yeah,
it's more. I think it's like the cache is. It's like I guess it sounds like a use for a cache, but I think cache really is supposed to save you on latency. Like it's read only,
yeah,
and
exactly.
like really the like let's say you had a multiplayer game or something,
Yeah,
then like
mhm,
you'd be hitting that cache because you want the response times like super fast.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess the other purpose is to save trips to
yeah,
the database or server. Um,
exactly.
but I think that, and you may not like my answer, but
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
I think if you were to implement that, you're just kind of like putting a band-aid the on the fundamental problem with the database um, schema, if you will. I don't know if that's the right way to describe a NoSQL table, but like because you're using the board name as your primary key and not some random ID,
Hmm.
that's like that to me I feel like is the fundamental problem. Unless you specifically do not want there ever to be two board names that are the same name. But if that is what you want, then yeah, I think there's like you have to find a way like what you're doing to not allow users to create board names to name. But like if I go to Google Docs or something, then like I can create my own document name for for that Google Doc. But like
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
doesn't matter to it doesn't matter to Zane that like he names it the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we can have the same
Right,
title
right,
for the
right.
document. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that alleviates you from this like it avoids this like duplication problem. Um,
Yes, I think I understand where you're coming from. So you're basically saying, as in how I understand it, that in your conceptual design, there are two levels. So one's the account level, and then there's the board level. Am I right?
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So in our design for the MVP, there is no account level yet, but they're scheduled to be implemented in the near future. The only thing is that because we don't have that account level at the moment, that's where the board name
Gotcha.
has to be unique.
Gotcha.
Because yeah, so another solution that came into my mind, and I just want to share it with you as well, and on the stream, or obviously, that I'm thinking to create an array, as in memory array, and when the page loads, as in the home page, the lambda will get all
Sorry.
the.
My
That's
dog.
right. That your dog, is it?
Yeah.
Sick.
Just freaked out.
Is his dinner time?
No, I think he thought he saw something important and decided to bark at it. Go ahead.
Okay, right. Cool. So yeah, we create a in memory database, which to be exact would be an array, and then store when the homepage loads up, um, we get all the board names as string, and then store it in that array.
You definitely could do that. I just think so. You're gonna put them on the client side, right? You're gonna put them. You're gonna take all these board names on load on the client, and then uh,
Yes,
you're gonna
yes,
you
yeah.
okay. Let me rephrase that. You're gonna query the database for all the board names, get that
Scan.
back,
Mhm.
scan,
Yeah.
expensive, and then
I know, but yeah,
and then
I
and
think
then you're
th- yeah. Continue,
the
please.
I think that could work if you don't. But is it scalable? Because like,
So
let's say you have a million board names, like it's gonna be it's not gonna be like very scalable. I think it'll work for the project, but like for like a real production situation, I don't.
mhm,
That's
mhm.
like
Yeah, I kind of agree with you as well that if we have, say, a million or gazillion boards,
yeah. Let's say a
and
gazillion, right?
hopefully we have it, because in that way we can tell that our project has gone viral and every single person in the whole universe is basically using our app. So that'd be fantastic. But yeah, if we have that scenario, then obviously it will have some performance issues, and we can come back to that later on in this stage. But at this stage, we're not really sure, as in how many people are going to use it, and I'm pretty sure it won't be millions
Yeah.
at
Then I think
this
it's fine.
stage. So that is where my thinking is going
the,
temporarily.
the only thing I can see that could potentially go wrong with that, there is the edge case that like two people hop on at the same rare moment and create the same board name at the same exact time.
Yeah, that would be an extreme edge case then. Yeah, which we will probably can hope that no one does it, but going in the future, I just want to get the base functionality done before the 31st of December. And then once this is released and everything is okay for the time being, then we can move on enhancing it as well.
Okay.
What would be your thoughts on that
I
one?
think I think
Because mhm.
I think on a small scale, it'll work. Like,
Yeah.
um, but the thing to me is like if it's already on a small scale, then why just not do the like just index all the names in in DynamoDB, just like create an index of the names, and then just like hit that index like whenever anybody hits submit. And it's like, I feel like, in my opinion, it just sounds like you're just adding like another layer that you're gonna have to remove later, versus like indexing it will just give you all those keys that the table name, a very
Yeah,
fast lookup,
yeah.
very fast lookup, like, and like, sure, you're still gonna have to hit the database, but like it's on a small scale anyway, so it shouldn't really like matter. And then you don't have to remove it later. That's I don't know, that's just my opinion about it. But like, I think the other solution works too.
Right. So you're basically saying because it's all the project is already on a small scale, we can pretty much use indexing to get away with the as in comparing and everything. So all we can basically do as in check if that board name isn't um isn't present, and if it's not in any of the indexes, just create it. And if it's vice versa, then basically don't create it, obviously. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think like, I don't know who's watching in the chat. It could be like, he's wrong, but like, I don't know, like, if the primary key is already the table name. I don't know if you need to index it, because I'm not, I don't know much about database. Okay, like, really, I don't know much at all. But like, um, maybe you can just do a quick lookup without even indexing it, anyways.
Because what my concern is, say when you have typed, okay, I'll just open up Draw IO and try and explain to you that thing. In that way we both might be able to understand properly. Okay, so say we have written a name called test one, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then we want to, and then this basically is our DB, okay, and then we have our board names here, say test one, test two, and so forth. Test 10. Okay, so my concern here, if we are working directly with the database, is that see, as soon as I type test one, it will it will go there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it will go to the database. Okay, say is found one. It will it will come back and saying no, you can't
Mm-hmm.
and do it because it's already present. Okay, cool. So if I do test 10, then it will go again to the database, but now it won't come straight back. It will probably have to loop in the database, as in, is it test one? No, two, no, three, no, four, no, 10, yes. And then it will come back again and say, no, I can't. But if I do 15 or 115, it will go through every table again, as in every board again. And then if it can't find it, then it will come back and say, okay, fine. See, I'm just trying to outline how much time and resources it will consume if we
Yep.
work with a database. But if we say have another one here, say this is a memory one,
Hmm.
as in an array. So we have this doesn't exist at the moment. Okay, neither does this or this. So this here is our home page. Okay,
Hmm.
at the moment. So bring forward. Ah, forget it. Okay, so this is our home page here.
Terrible at
Um,
it.
yeah, trust me,
I, I
mate.
I I am so bad at that.
Um, so the in-memory one would be if this is our home page. As soon as this loads, okay, we will get the in-memory one here, and then these all names will come here. So it's just one trip. So we go and we fetch them now because this all the in-memory ones are in the home page. We don't have to go back and forth with the database. We can
Yeah.
just compare and contrast the array here.
Yep.
S- But you're right as well that if it's a big app, then it will be hard. As in, it will consume a lot of resources, but that's not really my concern at this stage.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
one thing is, okay, so there's like, I think, three ways to retrieve from DynamoDB. And again, I preface this by saying I don't know that much, but I think there's a method get, like that's just like a straight lookup. Um, and I don't recall exactly how it retrieves. I think it's through a hash, but
It
I
gets
think
a single. Uh,
yep.
if I'm correct, it gets a single item only if you use a get.
Right. So if you did board name, if you're the user, you type in a board name, and then they go get, and then you go try to retrieve it, and you get nothing back, then you know that that's available, and that way you don't have to use a scan to scan the whole table to check all the board names, because the scan is very expensive. The scan is, and it's the most
Yes, it is. Mhm.
it takes the that's why it's more expensive too. Because of any scans you're performing. Like I remember when I'm learning about AWS for my certifications, and
Mhm.
one of the instructor was like, unless you have a good reason to use scans, then like don't use scans because
Yeah, yeah.
um,
It's really expensive
it's really
and a
yeah.
lot of resource consuming as well.
So maybe just using that get. The other one is query, but I think query is for a range. But get should just retrieve one individual item, and then if it's there, you're gonna know if the board name is present or not. So you don't have to like go looping through the whole table to check each row in the table. Row, I don't know what it's called in a document, but row essentially.
Okay. Yes, there is one scenario. Another scenario I would want to point out that say if you use a get and um, you type in say a board that's already there. Okay, so it will go and touch the database. It will say, okay, this board is already there. I can't I can't create it. Okay, fine. And then I give it a different name, and it goes in the database again, saying that okay, this board is also already there. So I'm just
But
trying
but
to,
but again, we're thinking at a small scale, right?
yeah,
So like
yeah,
we're not we're not we're not like we're not you're not like you shouldn't worry about that situation at a small scale, I think. Cuz then if it's like really big, maybe you would have a reason to use a cache, right? But
yeah.
I think the get method is a hashing function. So I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me because I'm being recorded. But like, don't quote me.
I like
I
how
think it's a
you.
very fast and inexpensive lookup, if I remember correctly.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know
yes,
the
it is.
users in the chat here.
The
They're cruel. They'll just like shred you.
no, man, but they're all there for our learning experience as well. And if they don't correct us, how will we know that
I know. I'm
that
just
if we
joking.
if we have if we have actually have the right information? So I don't think it's about shredding. I think it's just about learning a bit of a hard way, and in that way you won't ever forget the information because you know how you learned it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, all right. So you recommend that we should go for get.
I think that's I'm not a DynamoDB expert, but I think
No,
that's the best.
neither am I.
I think that's what you want to do in this situation. That's and I think it's the most efficient call. It's the most inexpensive call, and I don't think you need. I think it's a hashing function. So like a map, right? You have a hash, so it's gonna go like I'm not gonna say constant
Okay.
lookup time,
Mhm.
but like yeah,
Yeah.
let's check it out.
Or Dynamo.
I'm still like learning about databases and I'm not doing it
Me
on a
too,
daily
man.
basis.
Me too.
So like if I wish like I don't know, somebody else like Paul or is like just yeah, just use this. But
Yeah, I mean, they are reading kind of experts and a lot more senior than us, but I think this is the way how we are trying to figure out and learn. I
oh
think
for
this
sure,
is
for sure.
exactly how they have actually passed those hurdles. So it's a good experience, as in figuring out and the learning, because in this way, I don't think we'll ever forget that even the concepts.
For sure, for sure.
Mm.
Um
So yeah, this is the DynamoDB with Node.js. I just want to get the loading table data. So this is the put operation. Don't need that. There's a get one, get a single item. All right, so there's a get item,
yeah, I think
which is a,
that's it.
in order to make this through my queries, I've written as function. Console.log of the results, or you can just the important thing to pay attention to the example in the customer pass these parameters, right, the the results. Oh, so it's getting the entire item. We don't need the entire item though. No, no. This is not good.
But a
Gonna
scan will do the same thing. Scan will retrieve everything, right? Is that right? It's been a while.
okay. I think because we don't need the objects, as in like these ones, because we don't need these kind of objects. I don't think any of the DB methods would work here, because they are bringing all these objects as a single item. What we basically need is one. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This would be the way. So what would probably happen, that this will be board name, and then this would be the actual board name, and then this would be second board name, third board name. Pringle also. Do you follow me?
Yeah, I'm following.
Scan count one. So items one. Right. Okay. Um.
Or you can try this in the CLI too.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's been a
Right.
while. It's like I think Kartik wanted to interview me for talking about how I passed my certifications, and I'm just like, yeah, I learned a lot, but don't cram.
True. True.
Phew.
I know that feeling as well, man.
Especially because when when I was done with it, like I'm like, okay, I gotta go go do other stuff like
Yeah.
not even related to AWS, and now I'm like, man,
Yeah. True. True. As in, there's just so much out there, as in to learn, that once you think that, okay, I think I know this topic a little bit, there's something else that comes along, and you're like, okay, I think I want to do this as well now. And it just keeps building up.
yeah. Well, I do front end, so like,
Oh,
like
right, I see.
I do front end. Like learning AWS was like really fun. I loved it, but like mostly I'm focused on front end stuff right now. It certainly helped.
Oh,
It helped me a great deal understanding like serverless concepts
yeah,
and
yeah.
like other like architectural um, software design things and
Mm-hmm.
scalability, reliability, all that great stuff. But like in terms of like the more technical details of working with DynamoDB, for instance, like yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember it like to a T
Oh,
anymore.
right. Yeah, that can happen, man. Because same here as well. Although I've done cloud practitioner and solutions architect, still, if you ask me, as in on top of my head, which service I should use it, I would probably take, say, 30 to 45 seconds just to think first, and then come up, and that might not even be right. So there's a lot, and if we don't be in practice
Yeah,
regularly, then it can get a bit, as in, out of hand as well.
yeah. Well, now I use like the one like really helpful thing in my day to day, let's say, because there are many helpful things, but
Hmm.
like the one like I guess like practical helpful thing right now, aside from
Yeah,
like working with like S3 or whatever,
yeah.
um, is like serverless functions.
Hmm.
That's very helpful.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
work
for
in like
sure.
Next.js and
Ah,
like
right, right, right.
Netlify functions, which are just like I think they run on
Hmm.
they just run on AWS lambdas.
Ah, yeah, yeah, that's right. As in, serverless is basically consists of Lambda, DynamoDB, and API gateway.
Yeah,
Um, okay, so I have actually seen how they're using the Get, and I think for what we're trying to do, it might be a bit too complicated. Why? Is because we if we use get, then we would have to implement a method in the backend first, and then also in the front front end, and then connect the two together. I think the most easiest and the fastest approach for now, as in
yeah.
just to stick a kind of a sellotape on that leakage part, would be as in just basically to do a scan just once, and then use the in-memory database to do the compare and contrast. I think that that's going to be a lot simpler at this stage.
Sounds good.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go in and get the latest and duh, 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 pull. All right, see how far behind am I.
How far?
As in, because I'm taking the latest after ages now.
What does it
Okay.
say? 26.
No, 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 no. It says
Oh,
only
okay.
two. So I think what
Oh,
one might want to do is
I was I
undo
was
these. Sorry.
I was just gonna make a joke. I was gonna
Oh,
say
all right.
that that's how you can tell how much work Kay and Dinesh did while you're
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. True, true, true. As in, they've actually been,
How far behind am
they've,
I?
they've actually been to my, as in, they've actually really impressed me, to be honest. They've
Yeah.
been on top of things, which is really good.
Yeah, they went AWOL on the Jira though.
Yes, but that I think was my part, as in to keep
No,
everything
they
organized, but they did a pretty good job, as in just being hands on.
yeah. They copped out of Jira because they're being lazy. I hope you guys watch this later.
Cool. In that case, what I'm probably gonna do is cut out this clip and send them both. All right. Let me see which branch am I on at the moment. Good branch, insert new notes. Okay. Wow. So everything has been done in insert new notes, is it? Wow. I need to catch up now a bit. So how many branches have they made? Okay, cool. So still insert new notes. Cool. So their changes would have been on scripts and still front end. Cool. I really have to change this file name. Still front end. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So this is the delete note. This is the delete note. Cool. Update. Okay, draw new card. There's that. And delete no. Okay, cool. So the functionality that so as soon as the app loads, which would be on home.html, I need to call that method. Right, I see. I need to call that method, which would be in still front end. Here we go. Get board by ID and get board. Cool. Get board name. Get board name. Get board. Okay, here we go. That's get boards. So we can probably use this one. Let me just check what does this get boards get me? Get board. Get boards. So if this is get boards, I need to get that one. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's check what this gives me now. If I console, what does it return? JSON? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Are you still in Amsterdam? No, Bali. So what was I thinking there?
Sounds like you went to Amsterdam recently. Yeah, I'm still here. Like, yeah, it's
Oh, I
like
thought there were
they're
about
supposed to have direct flights, but they never showed up, man.
right. Because I did hear that you guys were arranging your as in trip to go back home,
Right, but like
but not
I was
anymore.
like, where's the flights? And now there's
Right.
still no flights. And now
Wow.
with when the Omicron came
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
they made like yeah, it's gonna be a while because like they added more
True.
restrictions, which just is mean to airlines. Like yeah, we're not even gonna try that
Ah, I see.
because actually the airport is open, but no airlines have taken them up on flying in routes.
Ah,
Yeah,
uh-huh. Right. I see what you mean now.
so weird because Bali is such a popular destination.
It is. Especially for the entrepreneurs though. As in, I've heard that the cost of living is really cheap over there. Is it?
That's why you guys are gonna come here and do the Scrumbler enhancement IPO launch from over here.
Yeah, that'd be epic though. We'll be waiting for the business class tickets from you as well. Sorry. Apparently, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Yeah, just so you know.
I think you're talking to the wrong guy. I don't have a job. I don't have a job. So like, by the
But
way,
you,
if you're a professional engineering manager and you're looking for a great developer,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, hire me.
I wish I could, man. I don't even have a company
That's for
yet.
anybody who watches this. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out for Tori. He's a really in, incredible dev. He's I think
Thanks.
3 times AWS certified, isn't it? Or two?
Two. 2. 2.
Oh, 2 times
I was
AWS
thinking
certified.
about that. that sysops one, and then I was like, nah, not right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense though. But yeah, anyone of the engineering managers or HR people watching the stream, he's really hardworking. I can personally shout out and vouch for him for him as well.
Oh wow,
So
thanks, man. I
yeah,
appreciate that a lot. That's and the hardworking part is true. That's why I look the way
yeah,
I do.
mhm.
That's
Yeah,
why
and need to shave them. Need to shave them, is it?
yeah, man. Like
I like that name though. Need
I think
NTS.
did I tell you, Zane, that like was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. I finished some interviews. Like
Okay.
I finished the final round of an interview for a position
Yeah.
at a company in Colorado.
All
His
right.
name
Yeah.
shall not be named,
Yeah.
but
Of
like
course.
they they declined me the position,
But why?
and then
Did you know the
huh?
reason? Did it tell you the
Well,
reason?
I signed an NDA, so I can't speak too freely
Ah,
about it. But they
right.
decided
Yeah.
to they they it was perhaps that like well the engineering manager was really nice. He's like super nice,
Uh-huh.
and he gave
Mm-hmm.
me some feedback and said like your technical skills are great, like they're not in
Yeah.
question because this is for a front end position in React,
Oh,
and
okay. Cool.
um and then he said like the one thing I would like to have seen more of is like collaboration with other developers. And I was like,
Ah, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, that sucks. Because I didn't know that was necessarily a hard requirement, like to actually demonstrate with some projects that I had been working with other developers because I'm very involved in different communities like all day with developers, and I'm here like
Mm-hmm.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Like
Of
that type
course.
of stuff, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
And but like
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't have the actual like proof that he was necessarily looking for. But I don't know if that's what made the difference or there was just like a more experienced candidate who was in there or an internal hire perhaps too.
Ah, I see where you're coming from now.
Yeah, internal hires
Right.
are always gonna pretty much
Yeah.
trump you.
Yeah. Of course. As in, there's no question about it. But yeah, I would just, as in, suggest that it's just one company, and there are million other companies, and I'm pretty sure that, as in, everything happens for a reason, and there's something better waiting for you out there.
Thanks.
So
Yeah, thanks.
I know that it's a bit crushing as well, but I would highly recommend you that take it as a learning and just move on.
Yeah, I did
Mhm.
definitely learn a lot from
Yeah,
the interview process.
yeah,
And I was pretty happy. I think I could have done better in some like more soft skills areas,
right,
but
right.
I
Hmm.
was pretty happy with how I performed. But yeah, I mean, you never know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not shaken by it. Like I was like this
Yeah,
close,
hmm,
you know, to like getting
yeah,
something.
yeah, mhm. Yeah.
So
True though, especially if it's the last final stage, as in pretty sure your personality is fine, your technical abilities are great, like the engineering manager said. And I think from my experience, the last stage is just to check your cultural fit in the company as well. as in how do you collaborate with others, as in how do you talk
Yeah.
to, as in your colleagues, your speaking style,
Yeah.
and yeah, man. So
Yeah.
in,
Basically, what you're saying is they don't enjoy my sense of humor.
I wouldn't say they don't enjoy your sense of humor, but what I would say that the sense of humor that you have didn't really fit in that company, as in that particular company,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. To be honest, like I don't have that much collaboration experience working on. I have zero collaboration experience working in a production environment at a medium to enterprise sized company. That's for sure. So,
right, I see.
um, but but collaboration experience, yeah, sure, my whole life. But like, and working with other engineers, yeah, I guess a bit like, and this is for like a junior mid level role too. So
Oh, so this was for junior to middle level role. I see, I
yeah,
see, I see, I see. I was thinking it was more for
uh,
junior level role.
yeah,
Okay, cool, cool. Nah, man. As in, uh, I've been there. I've been rejected for approximately when I was applying for a job after I got my PR. I got rejected for about, I think, 150 times,
yeah.
and I
Oh,
was
you
that.
mean you didn't hear back 150 times?
Yes.
Or yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
basically, no hearing back is the same as okay, we don't want you. As in, we don't want you. There may be some other companies, but we don't want you.
yeah,
And it's it's those kind of things are pretty normal when you're in job hunt,
yeah.
and it's like the more you hear those kind of things, you just laugh them off as another one, or I move on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, not hearing back from a company because I sent in an app, that doesn't bother me at all. But
Mm,
like
mhm.
when I have to go through a grueling process, like I prep
True though. Mhm.
so hard for this. I prep so hard, like um, and then to go through all these interview rounds, meeting with how many
Mm,
I met with a bunch of engineers
yeah.
there, and I met with a PM too. Um, and to go through like hours of interviewing and then get that stings. That stings a lot more.
I think
But
in that case, from
well,
my
it's the
experience,
time investment, you know? Like
yeah, yeah,
you're investing a lot of time. So like if I fire out an
true.
application and you don't get back to me, like no sweat. I can fire out a lot of applications, you know? Like that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
But
true, true. Yeah, man. I would just say at the moment, but I'll tell you something really interesting. Off the stream. So
okay. Off the stream.
yes, stay tuned in for that. But yeah, thanks guys whoever was watching us. Really great to have you, and also thank you Tori for uh, coming in as a really good surprise and just accompanying me in this session. I was really bored, as in doing everything alone. So it's good that you came in and added a bit of humor, a bit of fun moments, and we had a good conversation as well.
Thanks for having me on. Like, I hope the rants weren't too long.
No, no, it can never be too long. Never be too long. Mm, yeah. But yeah, so today just to summarize that Tori tried his best to convince me on using DynamoDB, but he was right from as in a larger scale, and the performance and effectiveness of an application, and I totally agreed with him. But the the stage where we are at the moment for the project, I thought i- interacting with DynamoDB straight away would be over engineering a simple app. So therefore, I just decided that if at least at this stage to keep the app really simple and to get on with the milestone as well is better if we just create an in-memory database on the client's side and just compare and on contrast the board name for uniqueness purposes. So yeah, that was decided. Hopefully that functionality isn't too hard and it should be done very very soon. But yeah, thanks again for joining us, Tori. Been a pleasure having you
Thanks, Zane.
on
Good to see you
stream.
back.
You too, mate. And yeah, catch us on Sunday, same time, same place, and same task. So see you then, guys. Catch you later. Bye for now.